Welcome back, guys. Ron here once again, and before we get started, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you are enjoying it, and give it a thumbs down if you're not. So once you watch it, just don't forget, guys, show your support for the channel. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and click the subscribe button and notification bell so you get notified every time we upload a new video. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. All right. Good morning, guys. Hope everyone is doing well today. January the 9th. For today's planned list, I only selected Tesla, obviously, because Tesla's on fire. I like it a lot. It's become real easy to trade. And now it's at a critical point. One of the things I'm paying attention to is the RSI is at a high level. So it may decide to start pulling back here soon. So that's the one I'm watching right now. But let me just cover some of these guys. You see the list is populating a lot today, right? So obviously we're getting Tesla, Uber, BYD, and a bunch of these stocks. So one of them stands out obviously right away is Uber. You can see clearly. And then you see all the upgrades and downgrades coming up. And you see, as soon as you pull these up, so a lot of them you're going to start to notice an immediate opportunity. For example, in Uber has been coming up on the high volume list for a lot of days now, as it's been pushing up like this, right? It's been pushing up. You can see all these candles, and it has been coming up a lot. So once it hit this low, it's just been coming up. But now it's at the top. So now I like it too, because it's like, look at this. If you want to trade this, it's becoming easier because now you just take note of this level here, and it's going to do one of two things. It's either going to bounce off that level or it's going to break above it. Reasons for it to bounce off. One, it's bounced off of there before. Now you got a double top. It broke above it, hit that 200 EMA on the daily, but was not able to close above this level or above that 200 EMA, right? You have high RSI. So now it's to the point where it's like, well, what is this thing going to do now? So it makes the plan a little bit easier because now you look at it on the intraday chart and it's like, all right, well, let me take a look and see what this thing wants to do today, right? And you already have your previous day's high. Perfect. And now it's in between those levels. So it's like, all right, well, now we know. So now technically it's above that daily Darvas line. So it's like, okay, now you use your previous day's high and that Darvas line, which is probably going to be lined up right here with the pre-market low. Makes things easy because now you see pre-market low or previous day's close, right? If it starts to go down, this thing has been doing what? Normal is 88 cents per day. Yesterday, it pulled a 32 to 34.52. So what is that? 32.46. So about $2 move, right? Gave you about a $2 move right there. And again, guys, this is more, especially if you have the smaller accounts, this is good. Or even if you have a normal account, because you can buy a little bit more for less, really. You know what I mean? You can put some money to work. And your supporting factors here, guys, are the volume. And look at the volume already on the pre-market. It's at 1,078 above normal, meaning there's a lot of players already going into it. So, and again, because the RSI is high on the daily doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean it's going to pull back today. It means, hey, let's pay attention to this because it will pull back soon. So for Tesla, it's basically let's keep doing the exact same thing until it doesn't, basically, right? So it's either gonna shoot lower and bounce off, or it's gonna do something different than it has been doing for the last couple of days. So what we're looking from Tesla is just that, the same thing that it's been doing, right? So, I want to see it come down, bounce off either the previous day's close or previous day's, what do you call this? The pre-market open or pre-market low, or this pivot right here, which pretty much coincidentally, guys, just lines up. When you look at these lines here, it lines up here with the previous days. So this is the low. This is the low high, basically. I would count this one over this one because this is just a random pullback. This was a more strong pullback. So you can see here that these levels here line up a little bit more with that level right there. I mean, these ones line up a little bit too, so it's pretty much the same thing. But you can see there that, hey, it's going to do one of those two things. And now, because of where it is right now, it's why I put the note at the end of the ending notes that say, hey, alternatively, if this thing opens and it fails to actually break this, and you're already expecting it to come down anyway, you can also play the put card from here down to 491. From 497 to 491, that's a $6 move right there. To the pre-market open, you're looking at 488, almost what is that, $10 move. And then to the pivot right here, you're looking at a $12 move, right? I saw Roku come up as well. All right, so Roku yesterday, nice, same situation, same little freak out thing that it was been doing, right? So you said yesterday was set up to do the exact same thing as the day prior. Right now, Roku, let's take a look here. All right, so the 200 EMA on the 30 minutes lined up perfectly with that central, with that red pivot, the top pivot. So there you go. So that's where you can probably expect it to shoot up and then bounce off of, as it's been doing lately. So shoots up, bounces off. So if it does manage to break that level, then call should not be a problem at all. Let me take a look at the daily. But this doesn't look like it's ready to reverse just yet. I would actually expect it to hit the bottom of this range before it actually reverses. And the RSI looks like it still has room to run to the downside, right? There we go, guys. That was a small clip of the stocks that we covered this morning on this morning's call and the plan for each one of them. But here's one that I pointed out as soon as the market opened. As you can see here, 8:37, about 9:37 a.m. Again, I've been pointing out, guys, massive volume coming into a lot of these stocks. So LK was one of the ones that came up bright and early before anything crazy actually happened on it, right? You see the massive volume coming in, and this is what the chart looks like, right? This is what the chart looked like, and look at this move that this thing made, right? So when you're looking at LK and you see where it started to where it finished, right? Look at that high of the day at 45. So let's go ahead and take a quick look and some of the most active contracts. So I picked 43, the strike, 43 strike, because it was one of the ones with the most volume. And look at what time, what you could have picked these up at. So you could have picked these up at 9:35 candle on the 5-minute chart here. You could have picked these up anywhere between 60 cents to 70 cents, all the way up to $1. And these things went up to $3.11. Tell me what you could have done with that.